Pretty Labour Party. Vote for Labour Party. Me a vote for Labour Party. Me a me charge. Be a better future. Me choose Jamaica. Vote for Labour Party. We're doing good for you. Oh, we are vote for Labour Party. Me a me charge. Be a better future. Me choose Jamaica. Vote for Labour Party. We're doing good for you. Hold it. Pretty Labour Party. Vote for Labour Party. Me a vote for Labour Party. Me a me charge. Be a better future. Me choose Jamaica. Vote for Labour Party. We're doing good for you. Oh, we are vote for Labour Party. Me a me charge. Be a better future. Me choose Jamaica. Vote for Labour Party. We're doing good for you.
Morning to all of the comebacks watching this channel. Welcome to another episode of Political Hard Talk. I am your host, none other than the greatest Labourite alive, and now the voice of the Westmoreland people. Good morning, my people. Good morning. And I am proud, I am elated to tell you guys that, Westmoreland is heeding my words, and as their voice, I am happy that they are heeding my wise words. Westmoreland was looking very good yesterday, my people. As a matter of fact, Jamaica was looking very good yesterday. Very green. Green is for prosperity, my people. Red and orange is for danger. See? So, wanna be careful of that. Now, we're going to go through a few clips this morning, my people, as per usual. Wanna know, we don't really like, well, I don't really like to use StreamYard. I feel like StreamYard take away from my views, my people. But, let us roll out the shoutouts. Cause me have a long video to play of Cliff Hughes. But, let us roll out the shoutout first so they don't stack up, my people. So, Lisa, good morning. Randall, big up yourself. Ellen, big up yourself. Electro, big up yourself. Father Dark Knight, big up yourself. Sean Kid. John Black, big up yourself. Jacqueline Chambers, big up yourself. Caroline, big up yourself. Darcy, big up yourself. Pardon, PB, big up yourself. Ellen, McClarity, big up yourself. Mark, Nemad, big up yourself. Meltina, big up yourself. And Dalvis Cook, big up yourself. Good morning. There's 42 of us thus far. Big up on yourself. All 42 on them. I'm gonna get me to at least 42 thumbs up now. Every morning me have to beg on, so come on the live and just tap up the screen. See? And get me a thumbs up them. Nairan, big up yourself as well. Good morning. Now, first me I bring you to a clip. Would you remember disgruntled PNP from out of Eastern Westmoreland? You remember the disgruntled PNP there? No. Me I make you hear him this morning. He had something else to say, my people. Glenville Brown, big up yourself. Charlene, big up yourself as well. So now listen to this, my people.
You don't know a woman who send message. Don't send no message to me. But hide. You think bumbo clot no man can feel me up? Think no man can feel me up? What? Eh?
Big up yourself, Kevin. Mirella, big up yourself. Simone Campbell, big up yourself. And Lana Hudson, big up yourself.
That's how I hate Luther. I threw Luther straight. You know, see all the politicians may lean. Oh, no, like. You know, see all the politicians where people girl picnic and the years I run up and down the vehicle and them no like. For them not straight. Luther now run up and down no vehicle with people and the years picnic and they pay the parents them. If you hold it down with the money, you take it by black and stay, remember? But you can come up and tell people anything when there's different Luther. You know, dirty, nasty, hungry God. Eastern Westmoreland, comrade. We used to go loot a yard. Wedding keeping party. And the whole parliament did it. Uno hungry got comrade. Uno never remember. I wasn't there. I was in Netherlands. But me they see it. Someone who go fuck no man. And someone who go sex off with no sister.
Apologies for the profanities this early, my people. I don't know how we do, just go through action. So, you know, for all of the Christians that is there listening, my apologies. You know.
For no week now. For Luther now can't feed you know again. You know bumbuckler weak now. But remember me telling up an election day we get rid of no stink bumbuckler out of Eastern. With the pack up and make no left one and date and camera off the left.
So the PNP in Eastern has turned the Canberra, my people. I could see yesterday that he looked a bit worried. Dayton Canberra. I had told you guys this last night, well this morning, my time, that I was going to, you know, use either the backdrop of Dayton Canberra or the backdrop of Paul Patmore as the DP this morning, the background pic. But I decided against it, my people. Now, I am going to show you. So, what I really want to talk about this morning is, you know, the PNP refusing to allow nationwide in the national debates, Jamaica. So, I'm going to show you guys why they do not want nationwide. And then we're going to go to a news clip from TVJ. So, listen to this, my people.
In terms of infrastructure in Mandeville, the town has not achieved much of what has been expected with a long history of PNP representation. Why are you to be regarded as new and different?
Well, I'm not new and different, but for the last 9 years, the Jamaica Labour Party, the last 4 years, the Jamaica Labour Party has been in power. But for the last 9 years, let me start over, I want to make sure it's right. The last 9 years, the JLP has been in power, but for the last 5 years, the JLP has a MP, which is a Jamaica Labour Party MP in central Manchester. We have not. Only one municipality in the parish, or in the country as a matter of the country, that has their...
Man confused my people. So the journalist asked him, you know, Manchester Central have had a long history of PNP and the town have not advanced. Rhoda has only been there coming 5 years this September 3rd. You know, so she could not have made all of the changes, and she has done a lot over that 4 years plus. You know, and Donovan Mitchell, who is running for member of parliament alongside Rhoda, can explain to the journalists as to why Manchester have not developed and they have had a long history of PNP. And these are some of the reasons why they do not want nationwide at the debates, because nationwide asks them the questions that they do not want to be asked Jamaica. So John, can you tell if the JLP team is publishing in any of today's paper? Of course, we're going to publish in today's paper. But, you know, when it comes on to Glean and stuff and others, like anything from the RGI group, TVJ, Gleaner, it is going to be something negative. You know, so we're going to roll the news clip. Why did I listen to this, my people?
Derek Robinson was one of 6 candidates nominated in Eastern Westmoreland. He does not have a voice box, but he believes he deserves to be the voice of the people. He arrived at the nomination center with chains and pat.
Guys, when you come on 111 my win and we only have 29 thumbs up. We asked for 60 thumbs up per live. Last night we broke the record. We got 300 plus thumbs up last night, my people. So we smashed the record of 240 last night. We got 300 plus thumbs up yesterday. So don't just get me to 60. You know, we just do a normal live this morning. You know, and big up everybody that was on that live last night. That live went viral. So big up on yourself. Much love, much respect. You know, and big up to all of my new subscribers. I had 60 plus new subscribers last night. I believe I am probably like 5 or 6 subscription away from getting 9.9k. So we are 100k, 100 subscription away from 10k, my people. So big up to everybody that is, you know, that is here and continue to show the dude support. Much love, much respect. Big up in a John Sibbles. So Danny, big up yourself. Mama Lady J, good morning.
Through his spokesperson,
our motto is from chains to changed politics. We are changing the politics. We are transforming Jamaica. The symbolism of the chain is to change your mind. They can pull the chain, they can't pull your mind.
as for
There's the over. We never see with our next constituency somewhere before. Rasta without box. I'm sure we see him somewhere else. Where do we?
his plans for the constituency,
His aim is that Westmoreland Eastern should benefit. That's our main aim. We do not see the benefit happening in Westmoreland, and therefore we are on the quest that persons should benefit personally.
Harley McKyle is also an independent. He first ran in the constituency in 2016. There were also representatives from UIC and JPP, Winston Wright and Dalton Allen respectively. They commanded little support in contrast to the hundreds clad in orange and green representing national parties. Up first was the JLP's Daniel Lawrence, who won 16 after defeating the PNP's Luther Buchanan.
You win it last time basically by what? 11 votes, somewhere around there?
Somewhere there, but this time it will be massive. No intention to go back to 11. We have the love of the people more and more.
He's up against PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell.
You know, this is PNP territory.
No, it's not.
And we
No,
have a
not.
song that say everything them take away, we're going to take back, you know? So we're taking back this constituency and placing it in the column of the People's National Party.
Over in Western Westmoreland,
No, listen
MP
to the
candidate
lion one.
Ian Hales, who was slated to be nominated at 11, did not do so until 12:50. He told us why.
I think the delay is quite simple. I think anytime there's a swing to a political party, one can expect that people just join in. So the crowd that we had prepared for with that.
I must tell you guys that out of all of the PNP's motorcade yesterday, Ian Skills have the tidiest one.
We got double that amount. So it prevented us somewhat from leaving from our first point in terms of Negril much earlier.
However, his opponent, Dr. Garfield James, believes it was deliberate. Meanwhile, independent candidates Bill Burt Lancaster James, as well as Burt Land Madden from the Jamaica Progressive Party, were also nominated. Madden told TVJ News he intends to connect with his constituents to determine their needs. While in central Westmoreland, it was a smooth sailing as the PNP's Dwayne Vaz was nominated, followed by the JLP's George Wright, who is seeking a second term. The two were joined by independent candidate Don Foote and Kathleen Greenwood.
I must tell you guys that Dan Foote is a thief and a dirty drunkard. And Dan Foote and his wife, you know, they are the ones who brought my father's name to what the woman them telling us, Joan Gardner Webley. They are the ones who brought my father's name to Joan Gardner Webley. You know, for whatever reason. We don't know what Dan Foote did a beg. You know, but I don't know why he come and intervene in our politics in our Westmoreland. I personally don't like him. And if he just go away, go dead a bush. Full stop.
From JPP.
So yeah guys, it was a smooth sailing in Westmoreland yesterday. We did not have any incidents of violence. I was told, however, that the PNP kept trailing George Wright's campaign. They kept following George Wright's campaign. So everywhere George Wright go, they went. So I guess it is a tactics that the PNP is using. Now, before we get to the Cliff Hughes tape, I want to play an audio by Kamina Johnson Smith. I told my sister that Danfoot looked like dear long time. Danfoot, I want old thief in liar way. The criminal some money from 20 odd million from one lady and then they disbar him. You know. But I want to look at thief in liar, Danfoot be. So no, I believe his son Danfoot Jr. is also a liar as well. But Danfoot and his wife, the two of them are thief and criminal. Good morning to my beautiful mother-in-law. Good morning, mommy. And good morning, Sania. Good morning, Darn. Good morning, Simone Campbell. Marilla, big up yourself again. The manuscript, big up yourself to my G. See? So let us move to the audio with Kamina Johnson Smith.
He is dangerous. I cannot put it any other way. To describe the inclusion of a seasoned and accomplished media practitioner as a deal breaker in terms of its participation in the debate is a most disgraceful and dangerous stance to take. I mean, today for journalist A and tomorrow maybe for me or maybe for you. It is frightening behavior that is fully out of step with modern political life and what we would want or expect in Jamaica. The substantive stance taken by the Jamaica Labour Party is that we support inclusion of all journalists in the debate. However, we have said that if the PNP's objections are allowed or were allowed to prevail, then our party must reserve our rights as well. It must be made clear, however, that we are not interested in and will not support the blacklisting of journalists from any media entity. Furthermore, we have certainly not taken the stance that the inclusion of any journalist is a deal breaker for us. We are not the same as them, nor are our positions the same. The PNP's position is reckless, arrogant, entitled, autocratic, and a serious affront to our democracy. It should not be seen in any other way, and they should not get a free pass at all on this. It should be condemned by all well-thinking Jamaicans, locally and overseas, including the Press Association of Jamaica. This is yet another demonstration of the fact that they are not ready to lead a country, certainly not ready to lead Jamaica land we love. And it again demonstrates that Jamaica really cannot trust this political party with state power if this is how they behave even in opposition.
So, guys, I have seen an excerpt from the Press Association of Jamaica. And instead of the Press Association of Jamaica moving to condemn the PNP for this action, you know what the Press Association of Jamaica is doing? The Press Association of Jamaica is condemning both parties. Did any hear the Jamaica Labour Party saying that they are not participating in any debate if the Jamaica Gleaner is there or if the RJR group is there? Did you hear anybody from the Jamaica Labour Party say anything like that? So how is the Press Association of Jamaica condemning both parties? Should they not be condemning the PNP? It is the PNP that is saying that they are not going to debate if Nationwide is there. See, Nationwide as a media house in Jamaica, a massive media house in Jamaica, has a right to be there as well. You know, and if the PNP is reserving the right to say that they are not participating if Nationwide is there, the JLP should have the right to say they are not participating if the Gleaner is there or anybody from RJR group is there. How about that? So let us not have any debates then. Let's just go straight to the politics. But this is a tactic, you know. This is a defensive tactic by the PNP because they know that Andrew Holness will completely obliterate Mark Golden in a debate. And any other of the MP caretakers or anybody from the PNP that goes up against anybody in the JLP as it relates to a debate, they will get smoked, my people. And they're running scared with their tail tucked betwixt their legs. And they're trying to find an excuse to wiggle them way out of the debate. So let us go to Cliff Hughes. Can you find the statement, please? I'm gonna try to find it for tonight. Live Father Dark Night. True Dujan, PAJ has to find a way to include JLP in this fiasco. Yeah, them because all of them are PNP. The whole of them are PNP. Remember, said at the end of the day, we all have to repent for judging people. Everything under thief, like we all don't sin and have flaws. Thief some more PM. We see where it's going, sir. NNN is news and current affair to its core. They must be included. Of course, the PNP desperate, my general. Of course they are. Owen. We'll move to the Cliff Hughes tape now, my people. And then we're gonna start to chop it up. See?
25 general election is set for this Saturday, August.
Big up in a Damian Smith. Big up yourself in a Spanish town. You know. Big up the entire Jamaica. I got listeners all over Jamaica. I got listeners all over the world. I got listeners all in the diaspora them. So big up everybody. Big up every Jamaican. No matter where you are, big up yourself. And big up to all 64 persons that gave me a thumbs up. We hit the target that we asked for. We asked for 60 thumbs up per live. So we got 64. Big up on yourself. Big up all 207 persons that is here. And if you're just here for the first time, please subscribe. And if you subscribe already, thank you very much. Juliet said, good morning, Dujan. We have a good day yesterday, G. Yes. You know, Dujan, good morning. I was watching the live from yesterday. Didn't know you were on. I came on a bit late last night because I wanted to allow the happenings. No, I'm not come on. I'm telling you why I really reason I come on late. I kind of come back late, but I don't wait for my wife to reach home, you know. I can't, when my wife there road, you know, I don't feel good, you know. I don't want nothing happen to her, you know. I'm a lifeline, I'm a backbone. So I don't wait for her to reach home, my people, so she can't come live. Because she have a moderator. But anyway, we'll go to the clip. Big up yourself, Charlie Irons. Victor Chin, good morning, my boss. Michael Ruffington, good morning. Greetings, Dujan and family members. We will vote. We choose Jamaica. Morning, Dujan. They are trying to not have the debate. Marky G has a tainted past with Bunting and others. Andrew would bring it to light. Of course. That from yes. Sandra Larry said you must be getting a lot from JLP. Dodge Alfred Dawes is disgrace. He did again. You hear nothing from that dirty junker. They should have pies them. Whoever did pies them, they never do a good job. Father that night, we all laugh so. I don't feel good when my woman out the road, you know. I want to know some woman safe. I far me there, you know. I can't just get up and go, you know. So, you know, I wait for her. But I choose she am a moderator still, my people.
This Saturday, August 23. That's the word from the Jamaica Debates Commission. The JDC says the first debate will focus on social issues. The second, which will be held on Tuesday, August 26, will focus on the economy. The first and second debates will feature three-person teams from the LP and the PNP. The final debate for August 28 will be a leadership showdown between the Prime Minister. All three debates, yes, each of them for 90 minutes, right? The PNP and the JLP, there's a raging controversy dispute over the blacklisting of journalists from Nationwide by, no surprise, the PNP. Yes, they have blacklisted our journalists. They say they will not accept any journalist from Nationwide. And in the case of one of the moderators proposed by the Debates Commission, or Deputy Executive Editor, George Davis, the PNP over the weekend said, if George is the moderator, they will not show. It's a deal breaker. We don't know if that continues because they had not put that in writing up to, I gather, early this morning. But here's Tona Thomas' report on that.
The PNP have told the Jamaica Debates Commission they will not participate in the debates if any journalist from NNN is listed among those asking questions of debaters across the 3 debates. The PNP said NNN reporters Ricardo Brooks and Tona Thomas were unwelcome additions to the slate of questioners in the debate. The party went further. It told the commission that the presence of George Davis is a deal breaker, noting that any debate that Davis is a part of in any capacity will be boycotted by the PNP. The PNP has also trained its fire on RJR host Emily Shields. Shields is not understood to be part of the lineup of questioners and moderators, but the PNP says, given her past association with NNN, it would boycott any debate she's a part of. This position appears to underline how vehemently the PNP is opposed to anyone with any affiliation to NNN participating in the debates. It's understood the GLP went into last Friday's meeting with the Debates Commission with no block list. The parties understood to have told the Commission that all journalists from all media entities should be free to participate in the 3 debates and that it had no objection to any individual or media house. But
PNP is an absolute disgrace, my people, and we must hold them accountable. See? And the reason why they don't like George is because George called them out and exposed them and the whole integrity commission stitch that they try to lie on the Prime Minister's name. Because George called them out, Panny. Them no want George to attend the debates. Make them go and kiss George ass. George are going to go there regardless of the fact. And if they don't want to go, the Jamaican people are going to judge them accordingly. We already judged them and they know from yesterday so they lose the election. Because they have seen. You see what I say? They have seen yesterday that the PNP is in dire straits. They're in a trouble, my people.
the PNP, represented by Colin Campbell, made it clear it would not participate if any NNN journalist was on the list of hosts and moderators. That's when the
Yes, they might find a reason for not debate, but me I tell you no, they don't want Judge there because Judge called them out on the Integrity Commission, so that's a part of it. See, Judge exposed them and start to change the Jamaican people mindset. See? And then on top of that, them been telling lies for the last 5 years that and then can't come back from their lie because guess what happened? It's when you tell a lie over 5 years, what are the odds you're going to remember all of those lies? Somebody tell me.
GOP reportedly hit back, saying that given the PNP's objections, it would then have to object to certain individuals being present. The PNP have issued a statement condemning what they say is a breach of protocol by the GLP for issuing a press release about the private deliberations of the Debates Commission concerning the selection of the questioning and moderating panel. The GLP fired back, denying it issued any such media release. The Jamaica Observer has since published an article clarifying that the GLP issued no statement about the private deliberations of the Debates Commission. Tona Thomas for Nationwide News.
Thank you, Tona. Well, firstly, what is it that George Davis, Ricardo Brooks, and Tona Thomas could ask the PNP debaters that's driving such fear into them that they do not want the three on the panel? What is it that George, Ricardo, and Ton could ask the PNP debaters? Why they are such
threats?
Why are they so vehemently opposed to the point where their representative on the Debates Commission, Colin Campbell, a former journalist, has
I want to imagine this, my people. 5 years, Mark Golding have been opposition leader of Jamaica. And in 5 years, Mark Golding have not gone on any media house that would ask him proper questions. Everywhere him go Dan Jackson Miller, or him go somewhere that is known to side with the PNP. Places like Gay Brian's Live, you know, where they sending the questions for him to answer that he already know the answers for. See, we must hold him accountable, Jamaica. We must hold him accountable.
Several times that it's a deal breaker if George Davis is moderating the debate on the economy. In other words, they're prepared to walk away from the debate. If any nationwide journalist is participating, what power do we have that they are so afraid of us? What? That's the question.
So if they don't want George Davis and Tanner Thomas and where other guy name? If they don't want them three there, them never say Cliff Hughes, they not blacklist Cliff Hughes. So Cliff Hughes we go then. Make Cliff go instead. And I believe Cliff can ask the questions same way that George and Tanner and the other gentleman was going to ask. You know?
And I've been asking myself since this.
Questions like, Mark Golin, where were you born? Ricardo. Yes. So questions like, Mark Golin, show us your Jamaican birth certificate. Mark Golin, show us, you know, your address. Stuff like that. Questions like those, they are running from.
Issue emerged over the weekend. George, Brooks, and Turner. Why wanna make the PNP people afraid of now? You want to tell me, say, the PNP leaders can't manage George, Turner, and Brooks? Think about it. What is it they are afraid of?
Real questions. That's what
I'll have more on this after the break. So let me begin this segment by looking at the role of the national debates in the electoral process of Jamaica. The debate started back some 23 years ago, in about March 2002. Yeah? And it started on the initiative of the Media Association of Jamaica and the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce coming together to implement a series of national debates that were dubbed Jamaica Votes. The name Debates Commission was informally adopted and then subsequently evolved into the Jamaica Debates Commission. And in the first iteration of the debates in 2002, there were 3 debates planned: economic development issues, social development issues, and governance. Yes? Bruce Golding, Audley Shaw, Omar Davis, and Burchell Whiteman debated. The leaders' debate between P.J. Patterson and Edward Siaga took place on October 10, 2002. And both debates were carried live on the major media outlets in the country. The role of the debates is principally to test and scrutinize actions, conduct, policies, plans of...
Yes, hey Jarrett, good morning. And Juliet Clark, yes, the PNP does take Jamaicans for fool, you know, and they know they're on the ropes. They know, you know, they know exactly what happened. But, you know, instead of coming to us straight, but because of the strategy that they have enacted over the last 5 years, they can't turn back now, so they have to see it to the end. Big up all 100 persons that gave me a thumbs up thus far. Big up all 259 persons who is here. If you have subscribed, big up yourself, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you know, subscribe now. Thank you very much. Rose Daly, good morning. Elroy Dobson, big up yourself as well.
Those who aspire to lead, to see how they stand up under scrutiny to see how the leaders on that podium perform under the glare of the lights, how well they're able to articulate their views and to stand up under pressure. Yes? It is part of the development of the democracy. In fact, I posit this morning that debates are a sign of a maturing democracy. 2002, we were 40 years old as an independent country. 40. And for the first time, we had debates. And it's a sign of the maturing of the democracy. Because the debates serve to shift the contest of ideas, policies, and actions from the political battlefields on the streets, where we have descended into violence and mayhem in the not too distant past, you know. That's why we have debates. We are to have those contests of ideas in front of the camera so the Jamaican voter can look on and assess who is signaling that they're better able and prepared for the job of governing. That's what the debates are for. And that's why the debates ought to take place with a full participation of the major contenders for high office in Jamaica.
Of course.
Let us not lose sight of that.
Exactly.
But, and this is where it gets rough on us, there have been attempts to...
Let me just pause here to tell the people. I mean, I say this to you frankly. You see, we as Jamaicans, a lot of things happen to us because, you know, when we see things happening in the world, on the media, all of us will comment and we are outraged. And we carry on and we behave as if it concerns us. But things like this, imagine we have an opposition leader who is yet to prove to the Jamaican people that he is from Jamaica, or is one of us, or is a naturalized Jamaican citizen, or wherever he's from. He yet to provide that to the Jamaican people, and the Jamaican people is not outraged. We are not outraged. He went to nominate yesterday. Why did we allow him to nominate, to run for high office in our nation, when he has yet to tell us where he's from? We don't know where he come from. I who him. I went born. None of we don't know. If I was running for a high office and the people said to me, we don't know you, we don't know where you come from, we don't know if you're Jamaican. What would it take, Jamaica, for me to go for my birth certificate and present it to the media and present it to persons who are asking so we can put an end to that issue? Why is it that McGowan is refusing to show the Jamaican people his birth certificate, and why are we allowing it? We should be taken to the streets in Jamaica to ask him to show us his birth certificate. Where is he from? Does he hold allegiance to somewhere else? Because if he come in a power and thief with things, he can run to safety somewhere else. And he has documented history of benefiting off the backs of the poorest Jamaicans. And we sit down and we allow these things. Jamaica, we need to wake up, you know. We need to wake up. There is no way Mark Golding would go to the polling station on the 3rd of September and cast any vote in Jamaica until he provide us with his birth certificate. We must ask him for it. It's plain and simple as that. We continue to listen to Cliff Hughes.
To fix the debates, to set the wicket, to give one or two of the parties an advantage. And that's what we're seeing here by Colin Campbell and the PNP. In other competitive democracies, where national debates are now almost routine activities in the run-up to parliamentary and presidential elections, the debates are organized by commissions of well-thinking persons outside of the political parties. The commissions or the commissioners have to so conduct themselves, that they can command the confidence and trust of the public and the political parties. The best practice is that the commissioners choose the panel of moderators and questioners. Why? Simple. If the political parties are allowed to do so, what that would mean? They would have virtually veto power over that most critical of decisions in organizing the debates. Yeah, because in a free and fair democracy, there will always be perceptions about the politics of journalists and commentators over time. Yeah, over time. I've gone through iteration of being branded a dirty PNP boy from East Kingston, turncoat now Labourite. Yeah, I've been at it for 40 years. I do commentaries, and therefore people form their perception. Wrong or right? So you cannot allow political parties to decide who is a moderator or a commentator.
I agree.
Because if you do that, we are where we are this morning, where one party, the People's National Party, says not one person from Nationwide, debater or a questioner or moderator. None. Yeah? And what that does, it places all those journalists in danger of the political goons in the PNP.
You said it.
Not for the first time they are doing this to us. Not for the first time. So what do they want? They
No, that when the PNP was in power, a lot of persons was victimized, a lot of persons was bullied. The PNP is nothing more than a cult and a dictatorship. They are an authoritarian kind of government. You see, they are not different from the people that run Cuba. They are not much different. And remember, some tell you, they are not different from the people that run Russia, and they are not different from the people that runs Venezuela and any other communist country. The PNP is a bunch of criminal, and if we not willing to talk up for right as Jamaicans, I don't know what happened to it. See, and some of we have to willing to be martyrdom, some of we have to willing to dead, so we can alright in our country. Our people then can good. The PNP them a dirty junk. Them is a big load of dog deedy. I mean, I care. I can't do anything I want to do with that. Oh.
Want the Debates Commission to set up an accreditation committee of their choice, like what they had in the 70s. If you were not a committed socialist or comrade, you couldn't get a job in the public service. That is what they want now. An accreditation committee that says, oh, journalist A is one of us, so they must be on. Journalist B is not one of us, so he can't be on. That cannot work. It cannot work. You know?
We have to be free as a nation to speak our mind. And we have to be free as a nation to be inclusive. See? How dare the PNP behave in this manner? And it's like Jamaicans don't realize what these people are doing. You know, if they can do these things and get away with these things, what will stop them from violating me and your rights, who are virtually unknown people? What will stop them from doing that? See, if them can do all of these things and get away with them, because all of them little things are add up to big things, you know. And remember, so me tell you, no, all of them little things are them are going to add up to something big. And the PNP, they are not ready for leadership. and they should not ever see power in Jamaica again until they fix up them party and become, you know, a part of the fold. They are not a part of the fold. They are something other than today. I don't know. I don't recognize them. I've never recognized them, to be honest. But I definitely, this iteration of them, I do not recognize them any at all. And this is why I brand them the PNCO, the PNP of yesteryear that we used to see. They are no more. This is a People's National Criminal Organization now. It is a criminal enterprise. It is a mafioso. When you hear me, I tell you, leaded by this white man, this big pink hog, like one big 1,000-gallon rhino jump, 3 bison, 4 cow, and 10 elephant. Sorry, my people. Sometimes they get me out. Apologies.
I told you the debate started in March 2002. And from then, they blacklisted me. From then, they blacklisted me. I think, and I say this with all humility, I'm one of the best this country has produced.
Of course.
I am one of the best. One Cliff Hughes.
Of course.
And they have always blacklisted me. And now, they seek to extend that.
PNP have a problem with the truth. Why is it that they don't want Jamaican? Why is it that they don't want Cliff Hughes and his team, who are born and bred Jamaicans, to defend Jamaica against this tyrannical usurper? He's a usurper. He's not from amongst us. We don't know where he come from or who him. He don't even speak proper patois. Me see them print them manifest in a patois. I bet you any money Mark Golden can't read it. Me bet you no. Me willing for better £500 and Mark Golden can't read the patois book there. Bet you no. Good morning to my beautiful wife. Good morning, baby. Yes, you're late. Diane, big up yourself. Pearl, big up yourself. Janet, big up yourself. Jacqueline Thomas, big up yourself. Corinne, big up yourself. Philine, big up yourself. Lady J, big up yourself. Melody, big up yourself. Sidani, big up yourself as well. Savage, I see ya, big up yourself. Axel likes them for me. Big up yourself, my boss. Hey, Jared, I soon read the comments them. But we'll continue to hear out the rest. A Cliff Hughes. Oran, big up yourself as well.
Because they are afraid of journalists who are smart, tough, know public affairs, articulate, and brave. That's why they want to.
Guys, be sure to subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber. If you're new here, please subscribe and give the live a thumbs up, please. And big up to Music My and Nicola, big up yourself. Good morning.
Blacklist us.
Pauline, good morning.
The Jamaica Debates Commission must summon the courage and tell the PNP, enough is enough. You don't get.
Alright, big up yourself, Lady Savage. I gotta remember that. Savage is a girl, a lady. Big up yourself, Savage.
To pick and choose the panel. Now, where NNN is concerned, they have been attacking us over the last 20 years, over 4 election cycles. They punish us in several ways. They put our lives at risk.
Yep, PNP did that.
From their political platforms in front of their enthusiastic supporters.
Yes, PNP have done that.
They encourage them to hate us.
Remember, me do a live and me telling them that PNP is willing to kill even their own. Cliff Hughes is a Jamaican, you know. What makes a PNP different from Cliff Hughes? What makes a PNP different from a Labour right? We're all Jamaicans. And we should all want to see the best for our country. But PNP, they are a set of maniacs and a set of hooligans. Me see one call, one mother love last night saying that if PNP lose, them are go turn Jamaica in a Haiti, a be a long gun, M16 and AK maga fire. But I hope the JCF see that and work accordingly. Because we have zero tolerance for it, you know. And mother love one look at youth where me know him a PNP and me know him so right it in my head. But me did like him. But for me here when I say last night, me start praying wicked. See, PNP are not Jamaicans. Yes, they are not. They are PNP. JLP are Jamaicans and regular thinking Jamaicans, regular minded Jamaicans are Jamaicans. PNP do not identify as Jamaicans. They identify only as PNP. See? They only identify now as members of the People's National Criminal Organization. I have no doubt that they don't like me either. Me know they don't like me. But I continue to speak up for Westmoreland. 59 years they did in Westmoreland and we have nothing to show for it. But yet them come like them brand new. We don't lift up and move up and go. We don't beg on nothing to move up.
They encourage them to hate us. They speak openly of shutting down NNN. And that has become even more so with the September 3 elections looming. Well, I want you to hear me. After 20 years, you have not succeeded, and you will never succeed in silencing us. We are facing an existential threat as a media organization from the People's National Party. My staff feel threatened, abused, verbally attacked. They even fired shots at our location. And we have not bowed. We will not bow or cower to you. We will stand proudly with our professionalism intact. We'll continue to cover you all fairly in our news bulletins, in our commentaries, but we will never be intimidated or bow to you. Jamaica demands no less of us. My late great headmaster, Wesley Powell, told me, as a 12-year-old boy in 1974, entering Excelsior for the first time, you're all here because of your country. Your country is financing your education. You have a duty to make the best of that opportunity and to serve your country. I have chosen to serve my country as a journalist and broadcaster, public commentator. I don't serve political parties. We will not bow to you. Stop it. After 20 years, you ought to stop it by now. Learn.
I must tell you that listening to Cliff Hughes, that has made me emotional. When you look at a political movement, the Jamaican people have suffered, you know. They have suffered for a long time. We are born from sufferation. We are one set of people where it is hard to break us. It is sufferation that brought us to Jamaica. I just listened to Cliff Hughes, a man that I admire. And I must tell you that I am looking at him on the video. You guys can see it, and he's very emotional. And I almost cried. I had to hold back tears, Jamaica. That is how much of a patriot I am. And it harms my heart to see that nationwide, built from the ground up by a black Jamaican, a political party who goes around purporting that they are here to serve the poor. Cliff Hughes was a poor youth, you know, make something of himself. You know. Shouldn't Cliff Hughes be celebrated? Shouldn't Cliff Hughes be somebody that both political party put on a pedestal to tell the youths that here is Cliff Hughes. Cliff Hughes came from nothing and he made something of himself. Oh, good God Almighty, Jamaica. Oh, good God Almighty. What message are we sending to our youngsters? Are we sending a message that it is okay to have a man that benefited from a disastrous time in our nation? Many of our people suffered. Some even killed themselves. Some people lost everything. There are people that is still suffering from the destruction that was caused by these people in the PNP. Are we telling our children that we should hate a man like Cliff Hughes because he made something of himself? We should hate a man like Andrew Holness who made something of himself, but if we celebrate somebody that is not from the same culture as us. He had come into our space, they welcomed him, and he had benefited tremendously off the backs of our people. That is the absolute truth. You know? Why is it that we can't tell that truth? And why is it that persons in the PNP now say, no sir, this man is not fierce, and he can't make a swing, so I want to put him aside? Why is it that they can't do that? Why is it that somebody in the PNP can get up and say, listen, I'm going to stand up for my party, I'm going to stand up for my country and my fellow countryman. I'm going to move Mark Golding aside. He's not fit for the bill. Why is it that there's one of these suckers in the PNP that has a backbone, not one of them? You can't kill me, but you can't kill my courage. See? You can't say anything you want to say about me. But me, I will never stand. I will never stand and support Mark Golding to become the leader of my nation over Andrew Holness. Never. It can't happen. Because I know the history of my country. And I know the sufferation of my people. Mark Golding born with gold spoon in his mouth. Andrew Holness never did. And this is why Andrew Holness can come fix we issue them. Because he have lived it like many of us. He have lived it. So have Cliff Hughes. So when you have a white media house like the Gleaner and RJR owned by a white man trying to tear down our Prime Minister, born and bred in Jamaica, he can trace his parents back to Africa. He can trace his root back to Africa. Mark Golding, mother and father, is not even Jamaican. You can't say what you want to say about Edward Seaga. Edward Seaga, mother and father, was Jamaican. Although he born in the United States, that makes him a Jamaican. I must tell you, Jamaica, all of them people they want to see in the PNP, we must turn we back on them. Every single one of them. Every one of them that is standing shoulder to shoulder with Mark Golding, the Jamaican people must reject them. They are traitors to our people. When you hear me I tell you, they are usurpers. They are tantamount to the blacks that run us down in Africa and caught us and hand us over to the white men. This is what the PNP is today. That is what the PNP is today, Jamaica. Today we have a man, and you have black Jamaicans who are behind him, helping him to tear down a company like Nationwide that employs Jamaicans. You know, I have great respect for George, and I am an avid listener of George. And as far as I know, George has always been balanced. On both sides of the divide, he has been balanced. And when something needs to be said, George said without fear or favor. And I say the same thing for Tana, same thing for Ricardo, and same thing for Cliff. There was a time when I thought Cliff was biased, but when time I really sit down and look into it, Cliff was being factual and truthful, much like myself. If we are not willing to stand up for our nation, what is the point, Jamaica? You know, make sense. We just left to give them, we left to give them, you know, and then run it for 19 years and run in a ground, you know, and then come back today acting as if they're brand new, and we must forget about it. And even though they're acting as if they're brand new, they are doing a lot of things that, right, it is unbecoming of persons who is trying to be leaders of a nation. It is unbecoming those kind of behavior. They have implied, they have fired, intimidated them. They have been on political platforms saying that they want to tear down Nationwide because Nationwide is a JLP medium. Why is it that PNP continue to dole out and to practice hatred amongst our people? So then come back and now I say them a blood and fire comrade. End of the day, we're all Jamaicans. And I stand tall and I stand proud. And I am happy to be a Labourite. But I am more so proud of my lineage and my heritage. And I am proud that my father is a Jamaican. I am proud that my mother is a Jamaican. And anywhere in the world I go, I stand tall with my chin held high. And I am proud to say that I am Jamaican. I'm not proud of the PNP. I am not proud of their legacy. I am not proud of what they have done to the Jamaican people. We had suffered greatly by their hands. We have. That is the absolute truth. People don't want to admit it and they don't want to say that it happened, but it is very true. It is very true, Jamaica. We see when this dictatorship started in the 1970s, Michael Manley run out everybody out of Jamaica. Everybody. And he tear down and mash down the country. Why? Because of an ideology. Because he believed in that ideology. I have some people, illiterate, them dunce. And then watch Michael Manley tear down the country. Tear it down to nothing. There were kids in Jamaica. You could have seen them rib cage through them back during Michael Manley's time. We have lived it, Jamaica. We've been through that. Many people don't want to admit it, but we have. And when you say to the people that supports the PNP, show me the policies that these people have enacted that lift you out of poverty. That literally take you out of poverty. Them start telling us if you go suck your mother. You know a policy that the JLP enacted that lift you out of poverty? The Prime Minister has taken entire families and give them a brand new dwelling that immediately lifts you out of poverty. You don't have to buy a house. And you're still entitled to all of the state benefits. You still can get part. You still can go to school for free. go hard for free. You still get the stipend even when you get the house there. That policy, and if you have an elderly grandparents living in that home with you, that elderly grandparents is still entitled to that pension benefit. That is lifting entire families out of poverty directly in a day. Poverty eliminated. When have we experienced a policy like that from the PNP from 1938 until now? Somebody show me. I don't want me to support PNP. Never. Never. So I will not stand here. I will not sit here and sugarcoat anything as it relates to the PNP. Yes, I am a Labourite. And I am not ashamed to tell you. And if I see the PNP had done something worthwhile, I would have acknowledged it. Everything that the PNP have done from 1970 come up till now have been to benefit the PNP and the PNP supporters. They are not Jamaicans. They do not take things in the best interest of Jamaica. They do things in the best interest of the PNP. That is how they operate. That is their mantra. That is how they have been operating throughout the years. You heard Mark Golding and Dean Jackson Miller saying that he's not getting elected to carry on the policies of the JLP. So they will either discontinue them or something else. Now, if you come into government and saw something being done to elevate the lives of the people, why are you even thinking of discontinuing it? That tells you clearly that these people are not thinking on the level of working towards the ends and the ends of the Jamaican people. They are not doing it. They are there for the PNP and the people that support them. And I want to join Cliff Hughes this morning and stand in solidarity with NNN. And I am imploring the Jamaican people to reject the PNP in all 63 seats in Jamaica. Reject them. They are not ready for leadership of this nation. And they must now go and rebuild or be dismantled. Because as far as I see, and if I was the powers that be in Jamaica, as far as I see, the PNP is a terrorist organization and should be ascribed as such and should be put on international blacklist and watch list. It is a criminal enterprise. Wanna hear me? I tell you, it should be disbanded. I don't know what Jamaica would come to should we make that mistake again. I am not collecting any money from any political party. I speak to you guys from my heart as a Jamaican. There's no amount of money that can pay me. I love my nation. That is my home. And we must protect Jamaica. Jamaica is on a good path today. One that the PNP had the opportunity to fix and chose the PNP. They did not do it because they do not care about you and I. They do not care if you and I die because them and their family are right. It is this Prime Minister Andrew Holness that is walking and hugging up the people of Jamaica and showing real love and support to the people of Jamaica. I him wanna see a bill house give them or give way. I him wanna see a bill road give way. I him see a fix up with hospital them, our fire station them, our police station them. I him a show with leadership. I him a show with St. Kier. PNP had 19 years and did not do half of what Andrew Holness did in 8 years. Why are we even looking to them? They are not an alternative. They are not even, or should not even be in the race. It gives me no pleasure to call my own people them dunce, but no dunce. You need to educate yourself politically and emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Marcus Garvey did tell we, and Bob come back and tell we again. So if we do not learn from our history, we are doomed to repeat. I am planning to live my life in a Jamaica, a peaceful Jamaica, a Jamaica that has a position in the world, a Jamaica that is good for my children, good for me and my family. The PNP does not offer that Jamaica. They don't. That is the absolute truth. They do not. So why would I support PNP? I am not a lover of poverty. I am a trying man. And I want government to make the conditions for me as a trying man to go out there and allow me to look after my household. Look after my family. PNP does not offer that. It is a cult. The PNP right now is tantamount to the thinkest hog pen you ever smell in your life. It is packed with demons and ghouls. And these people, they will murder you. You know, hear me I tell you no? They will murder you. Forget ahead. We must not accept it any longer, Jamaica. We must say no to the PNP. No to poverty. No to tyranny. No to self-hate. Jamaica is a loving country. Love each other. And that I will promote peace. And I am in no illusion. Me tell you no. Last night me tell you no say the PNP yesterday nomination day, they recognize now for real that they will be losing this election. And watch what happen. Up till election day, they will do everything to start a political beef in our country because it is in their nature. Jamaicans, I'm going to talk directly to the PNP them. I never learned to read fluently until I was 11 years old. It is not too late for you, even if you are 50 or 60, you go learn to read. We have to try to remove the stigma from that. Because all the reading, I go help with people them. Because it's when me learn to read, you know. And me start to read, me realize that PNP is not good for Jamaica. So we emancipate ourselves from mental slavery, Jamaicans. I am not the orator of all knowledge. There's a lot of things that I don't know, but I know a lot. I am not the brightest man on planet Earth, but I consider myself amongst. I am not the greatest speaker, but I consider myself to be amongst. I want the little youth them in Jamaica, the younger one them. If you listen to me, take from me I could have gone down the road of wrongdoings. And I chose not to because I wanted better for myself. And against all odds, I have been fighting against the odds since I was a baby until now. I've been fighting against the odds and I have never given up. Never. Because I know what my end goal is. And I am reaching for the stars. And when I get there, I want to be great inspiration to the younger ones, to the youths, to make them know that, listen, against all the odds, I never differed from the goal and the end goal. And I went there with the utmost integrity. We have a set of people in our country that grew up similar to me, and they have no integrity. And they are trying to lead the Jamaican people like cows to the slaughter. We know what they are about and we know who they are. Young ones, when you listen to me, we have been there with the PNP and they have disappointed us. And it is the elderly of Jamaica who caused us those pains. They kept voting for PNP. Must now start to signal the change in Jamaica. No more following behind a movement because they are giving you policies that will elevate your life and elevate your children's life. That is where we want Jamaica to move to. And we must fight for our kids and grandchildren. Yes, Jerry. It is them. You know, at 35 years old, my life is coming to an end. But me and my little picking at them. So we must set the record straight. Things that we went through as a parents, we should want to see better for our children. So all of the old people, them never make nothing of themselves. I tell you yesterday about my granny. All the old people, them never make nothing of themselves. Why are you hindering the progress for the younger ones? Step aside now. Elderly people of Westmoreland, elderly people of all 14 corners of Jamaica, step aside now and allow the youths to grasp their future in their hands. It is the Jamaica Labour Party that is elevating our nation. And we must stick with them. Elderly people, step aside with your tribalism. Step aside with your loyalty to a movement that is dead. And allow our nation and our youth to prosper. You guys had your time and you did nothing with it. Stop being bad mind, elderly people of Jamaica. Elderly PNP, wanna step aside now and stop hindering the progress of the youths. See, my people, I'm going to leave you guys now. And I'll see you guys this evening. So if you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. Big up all 175 persons that gave me a thumbs up. 176 now that gave me a thumbs up. Big up all 287 persons who are still here. Me now get the chance to read all I comment them, but you know, we will chop it up this evening, 6 p.m. guys. So I will see you guys 6 p.m. this evening. See? Turn on your post notification bell so when I come live, you can see. So me live. Big up, you know, Angela, you're late. I am leaving now. See? So show our labor rights. Big up Sudani. Yes, elderly, they selfish, bad.